Good morning and welcome to the small explanation about Tarang's virtual private network sitting in the cloud. As you are aware, Tarang's infrastructure is hosted on Amazon AWS cloud hosting service, and it has two components. The first one is the Amazon MS SQL RDS service. This is a relational database service instance that acts as the MS SQL server within the network. It's a highly specialized offering from Amazon that takes care of performance issues when running MS SQL. And the other component in the virtual private network is the remote desktop gateway, or a regular Windows 2008 server that's hosted within the same network that will receive all the remote desktop connections from the clients and acts as a way to enforce access policies for the different kinds of clients. So if you're trying to connect to the cloud's remote desktop gateway, you cannot do so on the regular port. You have to enable the gateway, access to the gateway, which will be shortly explained in the tutorial, as the direct remote desktop connection is filtered. The IP filter will not allow it. Well, another aspect for administration purpose, one could directly deal with the MS SQL database sitting inside the virtual private network using the regular MS SQL clients. This is meant only for administration purpose, or for those portions of the functionality that cannot be done using the remote desktop service. So this is a small short explanation of the infrastructure that is in place for moving the Akshaya ERP to the cloud. So we will establish a remote desktop connection using the Microsoft remote desktop connection client. You type in the remote desktop connection client. It opens up. Click on options, and in the computer column, this box here is the address of your RDS gateway. So in the computer portion, you go ahead and you put the address of the gateway, and that address can be got from the slide here. So you just choose this, copy it. So the address of our RDS server is ec2-54-88-151-24.compute-1.amazonaws.com. This will resolve into the IP address of the host by the virtue of DNS lookups that Amazon will do for us. So I enter that, and on the username, I'll enter the username as Giritech and click on the Advanced tab. And this is very important. You see this box here? You need to click on Settings, and Connection Setting gives you three options: automatically detect RD Gateway Server Settings, or use the RD Gateway Server Settings. So we are using the second option. Take this and plug in the address of your RDS server that was seen in this slide. So it's the same thing. So we plug that in here, and we ensure that bypass RD Gateway Server for local addresses is unchecked, and click on OK. So when you click on Connect, you see two things on top of this. One, it says this credentials will be used to connect to the following computers: the address of the RD gateway computer and the address of the remote computer. In this instance, in our virtual private network, both the computers are the same, so we enter the same address for the RD gateway as well as the remote computer. But as the load increases, we could separate these two instances, but for now they're together, so we'll enter the same domain name. So here's the password. I'm entering the password, and that will allow us to initiate a remote desktop connection to the remote desktop gateway. So we're just going to wait till it initializes. And so here's a warning message because it's running on a demo server. This will disappear once we install the license. Just say OK. So the remote desktop gateway service acts as a way to filter clients and to enforce IP access policies, which will prevent certain users from accessing the cloud outside of our company's secured local area networks. So now we are sitting in the remote desktop gateway, and it's here that the Akshaya EXEs has to be installed and access the database that is sitting in the Amazon Relational Database Service.